Hey everybody, this is Bree from Urban Gardening Canada. It is October and I'm going to show you how to plant garlic, and we will take you through the best varieties for Canadian gardens and how to plant for success. Let's get into it. So here I'm using a hardneck variety. You can tell it's hardneck because of the giant stalk that's in the middle of here, because this is quite literally the neck of the plant when it grows, and it's hard. And so the reason that we want to use these is because in Canada these are hardier and they store better if you want to grow enough to use during the winter months. So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to crack it open. So you can buy seed garlic from a grower in your area, but I prefer to buy my garlic from the farmer's market. There's two reasons. Is number one, it's way cheaper than it is to buy seed garlic. And the second reason is because I bought it from a farmer's market, this has already been grown in my zone. So if it was successful for the farmer, there's a good chance it's going to be successful for me. I've now just broken half of it up here. And so I've got 3 cloves right here, and the middle one is smaller, but it's actually still quite large. But I've got some really large cloves right here, and so these are exactly perfect for planting. So here's an example of 2 different size bulbs. So you're going to want to go with this bulb and not with this one because of the size difference. You want to choose the biggest bulbs that you have. And when you plant them, you're going to want to make sure that the bottom of the garlic bulb is still the bottom when you plant it, and the pointy tip up top here is going to be what is upright. So this is exactly how you want to plant it. We're going to want to plant these about 4 to 6 inches apart from each other because you want to make sure that the plants have enough space to make a nice size bulb. And then we're going to plant them about 3 inches deep, and then we're going to cover them with some mulch after. And so this is my favorite tool to use. This is a Dibber. I got mine from West Coast Seeds, and it's only about like $12 or $15. It's really affordable. And so I love this because I can plant things really fast. So I'm going to plant it about the depth of the green here. And so it's a really good way for me to measure exactly where I'm planting. And so I'm just going to stick it in the soil like this, and I'm just going to spin it around, and it's going to create a hole for me. And then I just plant my garlic in it. And so the reason that we want to plant these 3 inches deep is so that way with the frost line, it'll make sure that when the frost heaving happens, it's going to bring your garlic up to the surface. And if your garlic's at the surface, it won't grow quite as well. Okay, so I'm gonna mulch the garlic now, and I'm gonna use a mix of tree leaves because that's what I have access to, and I'm gonna use comfrey. So comfrey is used in permaculture gardens a lot, and because it's a dynamic accumulator, which means that it has really deep roots, they can go down to 12 feet. And so what they do is they pull up nutrients that are inaccessible to other plants. And so I have one of those. And so I'm actually going to mulch with this as well. And so the reason that I'm using the comfrey is because I want to feed my garlic in the springtime. So this is just going to break down over the winter, and it's going to help feed the soil and feed the garlic, so that way I get bigger bulbs next year. Any type of mulch will work. So wood chips are kind of my least favorite, but like if you have straw or leaves from the tree, or compost is also considered a mulch. So if you've got some nice fresh compost and you use it at home, then I highly recommend that. So I'm just going to spread the comfrey around so that way it evenly breaks down across the whole garden here. And then I've got the rest of my mulch over here. And so I'm just going to empty out my bucket, and I'm going to spread the leaves around over top of the comfrey, and I'm just filling it up to the top of the line here. And that's it. And now you'll have garlic coming up in the springtime to use. Thanks for watching. So we're going to want to plant them. Sorry, the bugs.